Freeman, Brian Wilson, Mary Catherine Ham, today's newsmakers, and you, the Morning Majority. 105.9 FM, AM 630. WMAL.
807 on Crystal Clear FM 105.9 and AM 630 WMAL. Byron York coming up, who's live in New Hampshire. He'll be live in New Hampshire. Was there last night for the big debate. Tucker Carlson from the Daily Caller is on right now. All right, I will get into debates and Occupy Wall Street, but I do want to ask you this, since last time you were on, you professed your love for Joe Biden. Okay, you didn't profess your love, but you said
that's a little perverse.
Yes, it is. Some admiration, or saying that actually Joe Biden has done more than Barack Obama, which I don't necessarily disagree with you on. But there are more rumors that Hillary is going to be called to the rescue, and that they're going to dump Biden and replace him with Hillary Clinton. Would that be a wise move for Barack Obama?
That would be a profoundly unwise move, but more than that, that would be an impossible move, because I don't think there's any chance Hillary Clinton would take that. I mean, how much does Hillary Clinton despise and have contempt for Barack Obama? I mean, come on. She came pretty close to getting the nomination. I think she always felt it was hers. She had the entire Democratic establishment behind her. She lost in a very bitter way after the Obama campaign all but called her racist. And now he's been a disaster as a president. And so you think she's not watching from the sidelines thinking, you stole my historical destiny, basically?
So there's no way she would say yes to being,
no
ticketed with his...
So I'm going to be your vice president so you can tool on me like you've tooled on Joe Biden?
Well,
no way.
Hitch your wagon to a falling star. That's a meteorite crashing to Earth.
I'm stealing that. No, it's totally true. No, I think, actually, it's funny. I was just with one of her former very close aides last night who said, no, she's going to leave this gig. She can't wait to leave. And she's going to become Oprah. She's going to go do her version of the Clinton Global Initiative, and she's going to, travel around the world lecturing us about what we ought to be doing, kind of thing. But why would she be vice president? I mean, the Obama administration from the very start has used this vice president, Joe Biden, as kind of a foil, like, oh, look how crazy he is, kind of thing, as almost a comedic device. And there's just no way Hillary is watching this and thinking, yeah, I want to be in that position. No way.
All right, did you find Bloomberg on your television last night, by the way? That was
no, I'm totally opposed to Bloomberg on principle.
So you did not watch the debate?
I did have to see some of the debate, because that's my job.
All right.
And Rick Perry, this was the moment where Rick Perry was supposed to prove to the electorate that A, I'm serious, and that B, I can knock Mitt Romney out of the running. And I didn't see that. Maybe I missed that part.
I didn't see it either. I'm telling you, I said this morning, I'm this close to declaring him done. Stick a fork in him, except for the fact that he raised $17 million last month.
Well, except for the fact that about half of Republican primary voters have proved they want anyone but Mitt Romney. That's the reason that Perry got in, because the Tea Party element of the Republican Party is showing by its actions and its responses to poll questions that it is not behind Mitt Romney. There's this opening, and Rick Perry for a moment was able to take advantage of it, but then the center of gravity has shifted to Herman Cain.
Well, is Herman Cain the man?
Well, it's just hard. It's hard to see. I mean, I like Herman Cain a lot, and I agree with pretty much everything Herman Cain says, except for the stuff about giving loyalty tests to Muslim employees. But it's just hard. It's hard to see it. I mean, I'm being sincere when I say it's looking to me like you could actually have a third-party challenge. You could see the Republican Party split. That would be a disaster for conservatives, of course, because it would ensure Obama's reelection. But I mean, this is a real split. There's the establishment that has anointed Mitt Romney the nominee, and there is the grassroots, which is saying again and again and again, we don't want this guy. Like, how clear do we have to make this? We don't want Mitt Romney.
All right, so you got Romney, who's doing okay in the polls, and you got Cain that's in the surge. You got Perry, who's still got a good amount of support, but is starting to fall off a little. His numbers are starting to go soft. Let's say that Perry and some of these other conservatives wash out. Where would their support go?
Well, that's the great question, because you really need to look at this.
Would it go to Romney?
This is not a race between Perry and Romney or Cain and Romney. It's Romney versus everyone else, and everyone else has a lot more support than Romney does individually. I think, again, it's most Republicans in the end are going to vote for Mitt Romney, and they know that, and they're mad about it. They don't want to have to make that choice, but they know it's inevitable, so they're going to in the end vote for him. But there is a percentage who just might not. And that includes the Ron Paul people, the committed ideological libertarians. It also includes some of the anti-establishment Tea Party folks. I don't know who that individual might be, but I think if Herman Cain said, Perry, of course, would never run third party, but what if Herman Cain said, look, I'm not going to, abet the destruction of the Republican Party. I'm running as a third party candidate. If you're a true conservative, vote for me. Pat Buchanan did that you'll remember, in 92 and 96. Pat Buchanan won the New Hampshire primary in 1996.
Yeah, but if they do that, I mean, they've been all harking that, hey, the most important thing is for Barack Obama to go away because it's going to be destruction for the next 4 years if he's president. I mean, if they say that, then they're total hypocrites. I mean,
you're right. Look, I'm not defending it. I think it would be a profoundly unwise move, but you have to keep in mind that from day one, the Tea Party was every bit as mad at the Republican establishment as it was at Barack Obama.
All right. Speaking of non-establishment, have you dreaded your hair and put on your patchouli and gone down to the Occupy Wall Street protest yet?
I literally haven't bathed in 3 weeks.
You are so there.
At the ruling class in this country and age. I am filthy on behalf of liberty. No,
well, I do want you to know that if you need...
I can't help it. I was in New York last night. I was in California the day before, and I live in Washington, where I am now. So I'm surrounded by protests. And I have to say, this is the most clever protest I've ever seen because it makes us all morally innocent. The point of the protest is 1% of the population is responsible for 100% of our problems. Right. And so that means the rest of us are innocent. So I can kind of see the appeal. If you're stupid and childish, I can see why you'd want to join a kind of protest that absolves you from all responsibility for wrongdoing.
Well, and they should pay 100% of taxes, too. That's the other.
Right.
Not only do they get 100% of blame.
It's like the country's in deep trouble because all of the rest of us benefit from these middle-class entitlements, which are bankrupting us. But that's really difficult for some people to accept because they can't accept blame for anything. So, of course, it must be the fault of hedge fund managers who are making too much.
I did notice that Dana Milbank, that well-known conservative critic, no, actually, he's a liberal, isn't he? He went out to Freedom Plaza and noticed, by his count, yesterday morning, 53 protesters, and yet they're getting all of this amazing coverage.
They are, and the truth. Look, all movements like this really come down to, is it, fun or not? So, let's say you're 23 and unemployed. You're going to stay home and, watch Jeopardy, or you're going to head to your park and possibly hook up with some cute, albeit filthy female.
Well, Alex Trebek has his appeals.
He does, but it's all, a lot of the stuff's about getting laid, like all revolutionary movements.
Yes. That was a lot of what Obama 08 was about.
Totally, 100%.
Totally.
People read too much into this. Like, do the protesters, are they really following in the tradition of, Rousseau and, the Jacobins? No. They're just looking to hook up. Come on.
All right, I'll leave it on that. I appreciate
so inspired.
That. I really am. I guess not bathing for a couple of weeks, I guess that helps. But
hey, you got to bathe truth to power.
Mary Catherine will send you some zest. Okay?
And you can bathe at the McDonald's. That's where they do it.
All right, see you, Tucker.
See ya.